So, part 2 of week 2. As I was saying in the other video, if your friend is being presented with opportunities to stand up and rise up for themselves, don't take those opportunities away from them by standing up and rising up for them. Because although you think you're doing you think you're doing them something good, you think that you're encouraging them and being loving and being supportive, you're actually taking away from them the opportunity that situation is presenting itself with. So encourage them to stand up and rise up for themselves by not seeing them as a victim and by not feeling that it is your job to save them. It is not your job to save anybody other than yourself. Save yourself and live as an example. So the most powerful things that you can do for your loved ones and your friends is to see them in their power, to have that reflected back to them when they look at you. So when they look at you and see themselves in your eyes, they are seeing competence, they are seeing admiration, they are seeing love, they are seeing kindness, a soft place. Not less than what you should do, what you could do more of. Why are you letting yourself be treated badly? Why don't you yet already know this? Why are you speaking like this about yourself? All that judgment is making their load heavier and heavier. You want them to be able to look at you and see no judgment, just seeing them in their highest vision. So this week, let's focus on a healthy way to show our love and to show our support for our loved ones, our friends, our family, whoever falls in that category for you. A healthy way, if we find ourselves judging, remember, most important thing, let go of the judgment of that judgment. It's normal, it's human, it's ego at work. Observe it, note it, and stop yourself when you feel it creeping in. So if you're in the middle of saying something to somebody about that person, if you're mid-thought and you recognize, is this beating that person up or is it building them up? Just stop where you're at. Recognizing what you're doing is actually not bringing you the outcome that you want. It's actually putting into the energetic pot that exists between the two of you. It's putting some heavy things that the person that you love actually has access to and might even be weighed down by. Then just recognize it, acknowledge it, and stop it at that point. Neutralize it. You're neutralizing it then and there. And then you can even bring love to the situation by saying, actually, that person is capable of anything. I know that they are just as powerful as I am. They have just as much access to any wisdom, support, and help as I do. And when they are ready, they'll access it. And in the meantime, I will see them in their highest light. That is what you can do for your loved ones. So what I'd like you to do this week is I'd like you to get an envelope, and on the envelope I'd like you to write what I want you to know about yourself. And then I want you to get a piece of paper, and on that piece of paper I want you to write what you want your loved one or loved ones to know about themselves, what it is that you're actually intending with your communication. Because the misguided aspect of it is the judgment and the ego, but behind it is a lot of love and a lot of good intention. I'm just trying to reconnect you with that. So write on the piece of paper what you want. You can be thinking of one person in particular, or you can be thinking of a whole group of people. Write on it, this is what I want you to know about yourself. And then put it in the envelope, and we'll just leave it there for a few days, and towards the end of the week I'll let you know what we're going to do with it. So take home messages from today. Just as you have the power to beat yourself up or build yourself up, you also have this power in other people's lives. Let's start taking responsibility for what our thoughts, our words about somebody else and our actions, whether they are building that person up or whether they are possibly beating that person up. Let's start to be aware that an energetic and a physical space does not just exist inside us that we have power over, but exists between us and other people. And we're responsible for our maintenance of that, for how healthy that is from our end, for what we put in it, for whether we're putting things in it that are weighing that person down, or whether we're putting things in it that are lightening them up, that are building them up, that are making them remember their full power and the potential that they have in any situation. So keep going with your own work, keep up the basket of achievements. If you wish to, if you feel you're ready to move on to just doing it in your mind, do, but otherwise keep it as a physical thing you do at the end of the day, but start also doing it as things come up. Remember, my perception of this is everything. So as something comes up, am I going to use this to build myself up or beat myself up? And this week we're including not just us, but our loved ones. My perception of this, so as I see someone I love doing something, saying something, believing something, my perception of this is everything. I can use my perception of this to build them up or beat them up. And I'm going to start being aware that there is an energetic pot between me and each person that I am in a relationship with, that I relate with in some way. Friendship, relationship, family, whatever. And I'm going to start taking responsibility for the health of what I put into that environment, for my half of that pot. All right, I hope that you're enjoying the movement. Please feed back to me and let me know how you're going. Many of you have, saying that you're loving the basket of achievements. Please keep doing that. Keep connecting on Facebook or through emails, and I will send another video a little bit later in the week. Take care.